So my current latest obsession has been picking up old 2600, 7800 cartridges for the old Atari systems. My wife last Christmas got me the new Atari 7800 Plus, which is backward compatible with not only the original 7800 cartridges, but with the 2600 as well. The 2600 Plus is also backward compatible with both the 78 and 2600 original cartridges. So when she asked me which one of the consoles I wanted, because they were both available at the time, I told her I wanted the 7800 because I liked the rainbow metallic labeling on it. That I just always thought that was cooler looking than the wood grain of the 26. But that's just a personal preference. So what I have been doing though is picking up tons of. Right now, it's over 50 cartridges, uh, averaging between $3 and $5 each. Some of them even cheaper, like a dollar, $2, depending on where I go and who's selling them. Um, but it has been a lot of fun. Sometimes when I find these cartridges, they look like they've been to hell and back. The seven stages of hell, and it's just they look bad. So I'm gonna go through a real quick tutorial on what I do to clean them up and try to restore them as best as I can. Some of them, I've only had one cartridge out of all of the ones that I have rescued completely shit the bed, not work at all. So let's get into what I got. So first off, let's just go through my cleaning kit here. Most important thing is my rum and coke. I can't get started without it. It's just not going to happen. And so I use the 91% isopropyl alcohol, and that is to clean the connectors when you plug in the games into the console. This I find is the best thing. It's not as invasive, and it tends to evaporate rather quickly, so you're not having to worry about any kind of liquids getting really soaked into your electronics. And I only use this stuff to clean the connectors on the actual cartridges. I don't use this on my actual game system. I use lighter fluid to clean off a lot of the residue that some of the labels they leave behind when I'm cleaning these carts. They tend to leave this really difficult to remove glue. And these, you can find these on eBay. They make them from all the different style carts. Activision carts, I find, are very easy to clean, dismantle, and put back together. The regular Atari carts, not so much. They have a little spring system inside that if that spring is bent or broken, or you might have to do some adjusting to the cart to prevent the spring system from actually working and sticking it in one position. I'll show you the actual carts, but these are some of the different labels that I just got today, as a matter of fact. Make sure you have yourself a bunch of clean Q-tips or cotton swabs. Q-tips is the name brand, but I mean, who really cares at this point? Once in a while, actually, no, I'll take that back. I do clean the carts when I first get them because you never know who's had them before, and all kinds of cooties are all over. Could be lurking on the inside. 40-year-old germs. God, who knows what's in those fucking things. But and there's Moses. He's supervising here. So, and then one thing I discovered a couple of weeks ago was the Magic Eraser sponges. These are excellent for getting off a lot of that residue. So hold on a second. Let me grab some carts and I'll show you what I've been doing. So the stack on the right, I've already cleaned, and you should have seen. I think this one was my. It was either my strawberry shortcake musical melodies cart or my Popeye cart. They both have the same style, so I will plug these in before I apply the new labels. But I've already cleaned and removed the old labels. These are the ones that I haven't done yet, so I'm going to kind of show you on at least one of these what my process is. So I think I'm going to go with the Stampede cart. I noticed that when I work on the Activision cartridges, those tend to be the easier ones to work on. The labels, the Activision labels use a less harsh glue, I've noticed, than like say these Atari carts. I'm not too sure about these yet because I haven't changed out any of the labels on these style carts yet. The Journey Escape one is the only one with this style cart, so I don't know how that one's going to turn out, but I'm going to use this one as my example for today. So I just get some of this, just apply it generously. It's cheap. Lighter fuel is very cheap, and just kind of let it soak into the label. Once it does, it should be just easy enough to lift and peel. And like I said, there we go. She's peeling off pretty easy. This is kind of hard to do with just one hand, so as you can see, you might have to add a little bit more lighter fluid as you keep going and peeling, but it'll be real easy. And there she is. Now, some people would look at this label and say, well, that's not too bad. I can probably reuse it. And you know what? You can. I'm not going to tell you not to do that, but I mean, if I'm going to go through the effort of trying to restore the cartridge and clean it up as much as I can, then I'm going to put a new fucking label on it. It's just simple as that. They range depending on who you go through, whatever vendor it is online. I go through eBay, and the average price has been $5 or $6 per label. To me, it's worth it because then I have. A nice looking cart in my my stack of carts. So there you go. So now that I got the label off, I've kind of wiped it down a little bit. I'm going to use my nifty screwdriver, and we'll see what this cart looks like on the inside. Now these Activision carts, like I said, they're wonderful to work with. The regular Atari ones, not so much. Those are a little bit more difficult and temperamental. Now, what I like about these is they're super straightforward. Two springs for the ejection situation on the Activision carts. It's a little bit different on the other ones, and then the ones without screws, I've never taken apart. So. I'm kind of afraid to do that. I just clean it on the outside as best as I can. And then I take a Q-tip with the isopropyl 91% alcohol and I clean off the connectors here. And that usually tends to be the trick. These are very, easy to to pull out here. There's really nothing to these. The simplicity of these carts is just blows my fucking mind, man. But yeah, let's. I'm going to go ahead and clean these up. Now I'm going to take the plastic pieces and wash them in hot water and Dawn. Now that I've got it open, there's no reason I shouldn't. And then by the time everything is dried up and all the residue has come off, I'm going to use the magic erase sponges to double check and make sure that I've gotten all of the residue off of the cart so that I can apply the new label. And after a thorough cleaning, you can see my paper towel and my sponges. It's ready to be assembled. Make sure that when you're ready to assemble, everything is in the proper configuration. Otherwise, you're going to have issues. And now that I got the cartridge put back together, before I apply my new label, I'm going to double check and verify that the cartridge is the correct one. This is my gaming setup. I have a Miss Pac-Man 2600 cart in the system. That's the one that's playing right now in demo mode. And it's one of the carts that needs a label. So with this system, you don't have to worry about pulling the cart and having to restart the system just to get it to read. That's one of the cool things about this newer system. There's a cart that I just finished cleaning up. It's loading. Hopefully I didn't fuck it up too bad. And we have Stampede! Woohoo! And it's ready for its new label. And there you have it, folks. Stampede, which I got. It was, I think I spent $2 on the cartridge, and it was a pretty beater label, but the cartridge works just fine. I had no problems playing it the very first time that I put it into the system, and it looks like $1,000,000. And I'm going to see if I can open up one of these Atari carts and show you what I was talking about earlier. So this is the regular Atari carts I was telling you about. This is my copy of Berserk. And I'm going to go ahead and unscrew it here and show you the innards real quick. These carts are a little bit more problematic. What you have to do in order to... Once you take the screw off, there are these tabs on the side. And the easiest way to get this thing open is to put something in these two prong holes and open it up, and then it'll pop right open. There is a, I'll show you here in a second. So as you can see, there's this kind of spring mechanism that's in here. And honestly, I think it's just over-engineered, over-complicated, and very unnecessary. The Activision carts seem to have solved the problem. And then there's some other carts, I think the Parker Brother ones, that don't even have this system at all. But as you can see, that spring has to catch on a little lip that's in there, and if you don't get it quite right, it'll take a lot of time to put back together. So as you can see, there is the lip right in there, and you have to get it in there perfectly, otherwise it's just not going to work the way it's supposed to. I would like to know if you can buy these springs, because I've only encountered a couple of carts where they were actually broken, and I couldn't get this mechanism to work right. But yeah, there you go. So I'm gonna put this fucker back together and see you on the other side of this. So this is the Berserk cart. I went over it with the magic eraser, and one more go over with the isopropyl alcohol. Let's put her in the system. And there we go. Berserk! And that's what she'll look like after I finish applying the label. So I hope some of you DIYers have found this video a little bit useful. Let me know in the comments what you think of my fixes, and if you've got any questions, comments, concerns, just let me know in the comments box. But next time, I will catch you later. Y'all take care. Have a good one. And any questions, let me know. Peace.